mom, fuck your dad, your family in general, fuck your existence. I hate all of y'all. Just fucking with you. If you can find it in your heart to forgive me, you God. That's what Christ was getting at. Turn the other cheek. If somebody was to just punch you or smack you in the face, you know, if you don't got the, you know, humbleness within you, you know, or the civilness within you, because it's more civil to not break out into an actual fight, you know, where you just swinging at each other and shit like that and looking all disgraceful. We're warriors with our shit slinging, fighting each other. We don't do that no more. We talk this shit out. We let the intellect do it. You feel me? How smart are you? You know what I mean? How vast is your vocabulary? What's your intellect actually hit on? Like, your intelligence level. Like, look, just because you got a car or you managed to get a house does not make you intelligent, does not make you smart. That means you managed to get that shit. You was able to overcome whatever hurdles to put you in a situation. Now, somewhere up the street, it's a nigga with a bigger house and a nicer car. And you sitting up here worried about that guy. You say, why isn't my car nicer than that? Or I'm gonna hustle hard until I got one. It ain't about that. It's not about that. You need to learn how to forgive yourself for being envious of other people. Like, forgiveness is this important. Because if you dwell on something and you don't forgive, you only put yourself in a cycle of hatred. I do this shit all the time. Like, I trap myself in cycles just to bust myself out, testing my spiritual and my mental morale. Like, you gotta rally your shit together. You gotta keep it together. It's like, you know, me and family members fall out all the time. I sometimes try to be the first one. Most of the time, they might beat me to the punch. A lot of them will beat me to the punch. I got a couple cousins that'll call me and be like, cuz, I apologize for whatever the fuck put us in that situation. I can understand that. But I be trying to beat them to the punch because I understand it's a universal test. It's like some of this stuff happened in past lives in some way or some form. It might not be the same argument, but in some way it's the same situation in many ways. It happens. It's any situation. Let's say you were a dog and your owner treated you bad in a past life, and that owner is your uncle or your sister or your cousin. And now we're in present life. And now that uncle is a physical person and you're a physical person. And you have these innate senses that just not like that uncle. For some reason, you just don't like him. That's because in the past life, you didn't find forgiveness. So in this life, you're given a different scenario and you're here to see if you can coach forgiveness out of yourself for all the things that they've done. You find it in this life. It's being like, I forgive you for stepping on my shoes the other day. I can do that. You know what I'm saying? My shoes, I love my shoes, but I forgive you. And you know what I'm saying? I love you. And I hope you're able to get you a pair of shoes just like this or a better pair of shoes. Finding positive things. Like, you gotta look at it like this. To die with no regrets. That's literally equivalent to living your life without hating anything. Because a regret can blur on a line as a form of hate. A hate that I didn't do this, or I hate that I didn't accomplish this goal. I hate that I didn't make it this far up the road. I hate that I didn't get a car before this, or I hate that I didn't have a house. I hate that I didn't get this girl. You can't hate anything. Like, hate should be out of the equation. The only thing you should have in your heart is love. Love abundantly, because love abundantly leads to forgiveness of all things. Now, I'm not saying fall for the same tricks all the time. No, never that. Learn your lesson. But if in a perfect world and a perfect residence, when you forgive somebody, they learn the lesson of whatever it is they did and they're able to forgive themselves. But since we don't live in that perfect world, you have to let the time and you have to let the universe wrap around them. You got to let the universe guide them to their level of forgiveness on themselves, to their awareness of what ignorance, what that was, what put them in that situation, or what brought that out of you. And it's vice versa type of pools. Like, it's like you meet people in life that just don't like you, or you meet people in life for some reason they just give you an unsettling feeling in your stomach. You like, for some reason something just ain't right with that person. You give it a chance and time goes on and they prove that they're asshole or they're idiots or they did not have your best interest at heart. Forgive them. Forgive yourself for falling victim to the stupidity or to that type of trickery. Learn to forgive yourself, because that's gonna help you forgive them. You know how you gonna always fuck with you? You gotta learn how to always fuck with people, but you gotta learn how to fuck with them. Like, sometimes it's not meant for you to chill with a person every day. You know what I'm saying? It's meant for you to chill with them every now and then, get your information, get your energy, exchange that shit and keep it moving, because you might be the extra leg that they need to be successful, but they only need you in short spurs. And you're the same way. You only need them in short spurs. You don't need to spend every day with this person because they're not a part of your story to that degree. Now, some people are, and when they are part of your story to that degree, that's when you really need to soul search yourself, find ultimate happiness. So a lot of things that you're able to proceed is a misunderstanding or a disagreement, you can take that shit lightly as a grain of salt and move on towards the next goal. Because sometimes, put this on game, sometimes when you burn a bridge, there's no way to get to your actual location. You can like try to fly, but you ain't gonna make it. You can try to build another bridge, you don't got enough time. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have the next lifetime. So that's why they say don't burn bridges, figure out a way to solve issues. Like sometimes you piss people off to the point that they don't want you around. You need to figure out a way to solve that issue. Sometimes these people are very important to you. You might not see that they're very important to your actual existence, but time will tell and it'll show you that these people are very important to you. God did not just make you himself just to experience this shit alone. Like most of us ought to do better at reaching out and making friends, because that's how we lead to these serial killers and shit. We get these motherfuckers that's misunderstood and start going on killing sprees and different shit like that because ain't nobody ever reach out to them. I was just watching My Hero Academia, and his whole thing was nobody ever reached out to him. Like you got Deku, and Deku was just reaching out to people. Like I reference animes because they get so real. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're a real friend with a person, be a real friend, go the extent. If you're a family member with a person, learn what familia actually means. It means we're going to argue, we might even fight, but at the end of the day, the resolve, the fact that we are all we got should trump all of that. But, I mean, you see how divided the world is now? Two brothers always killing each other. Two brothers just can't stop fighting. They can't stop fighting. They reborn each time and just keep fighting. Like you trying to figure out what's going on. It's so real that the two brothers break off into the yoke of the two sisters. And now we got the two sisters fighting. They trying to keep it together, but they see the brothers fighting. So now that's what they want to do. It's like monkey see, monkey do. And even if you look at it the other way, where you be like the two sisters fighting, the two sons actually seen that shit and grew up and carried on the feud. So no matter how you look at it, it's two siblings fighting. Bruh, get your mind right. Oh yeah, for that one last. Okay, the only thing I got about the Anki and the Enlil and the Marduk thing, everybody needs to realize Marduk is classified as Enlil's son, offspring. Marduk was at war with the entire pantheon of gods. That means Ra was at war with the entire pantheon of gods, Anki, Enlil, all of them. All because somehow Dumuzi ended up killing himself behind a female and something to do with Marduk, something that he had going on with Dumuzi being able to go to Nibiru and Marduk not being invited himself. So before that, because of that, he charged Dumuzi with some sort of tyranny against him and told him that his time was coming. And Dumuzi, fearing for his life, fled until he actually ended up walking off of some sort of cliff, or fell off of a waterfall, and they found him dead. After that, that's when the real stuff began, the Sodom and Gomorrahs and all that, because they started chasing down Ra, trying to figure out where he was. They found out where he was holding himself in a bunker like Saddam Hussein. So they decided to bomb the bunker. Not just bomb the bunker, they was gonna bomb all the cities that he had taken over. That includes Sodom and Gomorrah, like dead ass serious, which had a different title back then. Sorry for going off on a tangent. Love y'all. Stay up. Knowledge is power, man. Remember that. Remember that shit, okay? Remember that shit. But even more than just the power, understanding or wisdom is the understanding of how to utilize that power, how to take action on it. You can't just have this knowledge for nothing. It's some shit around you. This helps you tap into the energies around you, the ancient energies around you that help you stay caught up with the current energies around you. Boom. Better way of saying it. Y'all stay up on the